What's up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know?
Pull out the card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right. That is
Now I can go back to minding my own business.
true.
Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine. Right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
What up, everybody? It is Monday, and we here, and this is the week of Juneteenth, and we still in Pride Month. But I ain't gonna get too proud to beg, so I'm just bringing the family on. What up?
Hey.
Well, damn.
Right,
That's an introduction for you right there.
Yes,
This is almost an inside joke. But
yes, sir. You know I'm sick of you. For sure. Man, hey, good Monday, everybody. Good Monday. We're gonna travel to the metaverse today because it's enough foolery going on out here in this world. But y'all know how we do now. If we say something y'all like, by all means, there's some cash out flowing at the bottom. Please feel free. Miss Toria, thank you so much. Yes, we would definitely love you guys to.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Up.
What's up, Miss Toria?
Yeah, support the folks. So we appreciate it. And all y'all that's coming on in, thank y'all so much for all that y'all do. But listen, I'm not going to mess around because I'm always on Kenny's clock. So we're going to keep up with the politics. Y'all, Trump had a birthday party this weekend. And yeah, did y'all go?
I saw him and those 4 people up there.
That's what I was gonna say. For the looks of it, hell, did nobody go?
Man, he ain't had no band. I said it's just quiet. I felt like I was at an auction. I was like, what are we doing? And the little robot dogs, and I was just like, well, I guess, man, it was just a waste of money. But then they said there were millions of people protesting. Black, you think that's going to mean anything?
in the grand scheme of things, no.
Yeah.
I don't believe, but just like I believe elections are an indicator of how an administration wants to spend their funds. It's a barometer to know as a litmus test, but in terms of he's one of those rare people, he don't give a shit. He doesn't care about that.
Not
right. What was most embarrassing about this is you created an organization called Doge to save money, fired millions, not millions, thousands of federal workers. There are departments, what we're not talking about, there are departments that FEMA is not prepared for the hurricane season, around now, and you spend $45 million to honor yourself. This is like a scene out of Gladiator. You know what I mean? I mean, some of this shit is not real.
It's not. It's not. Kenny, I will say this at the end of the day, they marched for no kings, and Donald Trump says, I'm not a king. If I was a king, I would be doing this, that, and the third. And so I just don't really know how successful all of this is going to be because it's to no avail. So again, they said that, hey, they weren't gonna protest in Washington because they're gonna respect the troops. I just don't know what this is going.
I mean, it's wasteful spending. That's what it is. I mean, you talk about Brother Black just alluded to that, and we're not even mentioning that those National Guard troops that's in California, that's costing the taxpayers billions. right now. So for this administration said that they want to come drain the swamp. That was his damn term the first time.
Right.
And the swamp is even dirtier than it was before he took it again. So that convicted felon can miss me with all that. And happy non-birthday, you convicted felon. who even give a ish about your born day, to be honest with you? Your mama should have swallowed and your daddy should have pulled out.
We're going there.
This is a
okay. All right. Well, I'll keep it moving. Man, to speak to Kenny's frustration, the climate in politics is really bad now, y'all. Again, this white man just shot two politicians and their spouses, killing two of them.
Right.
And it's like, y'all don't think this is a problem, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, sister, how much more worse can this get before we really start doing something about these things?
You know what I did find out on another note, same note, but another note, that a lot of the things that I have been seeing in the media, I found out a lot of it was like really sensationalized.
Okay.
There was even a clip that I had actually, I think I remember seeing it multiple times, about a little girl screaming as her mom was like thrown in the van with ice. And then I found out later that the clip was actually from this movie shot in like Mexico. So people are really trying to play on folks' emotions and like rile up folks and things like that. So a lot of the things that I see, I kind of take it with a grain of salt. That's why I'm saying that, because I really don't believe a lot of what I see. But I did see multiple videos of the King's protest, no King's protest versus his, and that was real. And that's what excited me and made my day. And nothing, I don't think, will come of it.
Yeah.
The last term that he can have, so he could care less. I mean, he was over there dozing off and stuff during the parade. So he does not care about it. And I just don't think anything will come of it. Now, if he was running again, this may cause him to maybe not be reelected, but he's not even running, so no one cares.
I think he's gonna, the way he's operating, I think he's gonna cause an emergency to keep him in a little longer than what he needs.
That's why my finger is up. If he's trending to, he has disregard for the Constitution.
Right.
Now, what I love about this though is that would open to the door to another president to run, because it's always been where you can have more than 2 terms, but it's up to him. He wants to die in office.
That's it. Because if he don't, he's gonna die in prison. So yeah, but I mean, Kenny, I'll put it to you like this: we have gradually seen Nancy Pelosi's husband get attacked. You've had these this couple of Jewish descent. Then you got Shapiro House. Then you got this man breathing fire on folks, and now this dude has actually like put somebody in the ground. And matter of fact, the House Speaker of Minnesota. Yeah, bro. So it's like we're gradually normalizing this thing, man. It's bad.
It's the political climate that we're in that was created by the convicted felon. He's created all of this. You know, the thing about it is this killer, he had a list. I think it was like a list of 50 politicians. All of them were Democrats, and all of them were, and some were pro, abortion and all that. So he was targeting what most people call in the political game the left. Now the thing is, if this was flipped, if that would have been someone targeting the Republicans, all hell be broke loose right now, ladies and gentlemen. It would be wall-to-wall news coverage if someone had murdered Republicans. So this is the climate we in, man. And I just say that just pray. That's all you can do, and continue to walk your fish and fly your dog.
Wow. Yeah.
One last thought, Brother
That's
Brandon.
pretty much it.
It doesn't help that ahead of the No Kings protest, the rhetoric by law enforcement exacerbated things.
Sure did.
And I put on my page, we're not in the 50s and 60s anymore. I think we're headed towards a new age civil war, And the difference is all these undercover Klans people that's in law enforcement, folks, here on TFG Tonight with Brendan Hayes, this new breed out here, they are not from the 60s.
No, they are not. No, yeah, at all. Yeah, Miss Tori, I hear you. I ain't gonna put you out there like that. But you said he did go to G7, and he loved. Matter of fact, he want Putin to negotiate Israel and Iran. But you know, again, I'll save all that for another time. But in my opinion, it's a lot of. Yes, sir. We got him drinking again, so it's a bad yes, sir. She said, vote in your primary next year to get Congress back and Senate. We can preach it till the cows come home, man. But sir, you want to follow up? Did you go do your thing this weekend, or was that
I did?
Weekend?
Oh, I did nothing. No, that's July.
That's next month. July. Yeah, because I thought it was that. Yeah, I thought that too.
I'm good.
He's still on his whole hiatus or his hiatus.
yeah, his hiatus. That's
He's still on his hiatus.
His hiatus.
He gonna go from hiatus to itis and be trying to get something.
Hey man, you need to get a T-shirt made with that. I'm on hiatus. I might have to get that for you for a little gag gift. I'm on hiatus.
He on the whole Oasis.
You know what, Kenny? That's a bright idea. I'm on Hocation.
Hey man, we might need to trademark something.
Great. Yeah. So is he being not Lee? Everybody clearly understands Lee Black.
Right.
So I'm not talking about Lee Black, but is this man being misunderstood? Y'all, I had my first share last week of this gay stuff, so I can't go too far out there like I did last week. So I'm gonna bring it on in back to my realm. So I just want to take a look at this situation. I just want to ask something because Lee Black always says something about this community, and I just want to know if this is a problem. So check this out.
I have gender skin color dysphoria. Yep. I am a white lesbian trapped in a black man's body. I'm 6 months pregnant and I love my husband, but the LGBTQ community won't accept me. And they tell me you could be what you want to be.
Sister, is that gaslighting them? Or is dude
he's playing in them folks' faces. Exactly what he's doing.
Right.
I don't know why. I mean, there are a lot of people, especially younger people that I feel like I've encountered that just be doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really take them seriously, but he's just playing in them. He got too much time on his hand. He need a damn hobby. I know his jaw need mold or something. Like he needed to be doing.
he needs some dental work too. While he in front of that camera, he need to be in a dentist chair.
I mean, Kennedy, since you're there, I mean, he is being creative. You have to think about what he said, and so again, I mean, you got the Rachel Dolezal, you got your. I mean, so what is this? I mean, is this satire? Or is he trying to tell the truth about something?
I think again, Lady D said he was playing in them folks' face. I think he was being facetious for the moment, but I think he was trying to make a point to those that were in his face and just let them know how some of the stuff, the rhetoric they promote, how ridiculous some of it sounds. Yeah, and I think that was his message. And I could be wrong, but that's what I gathered from what his soundbite was.
Okay, now Black, you do speak misogyny, so. Was that a little misogynistic or what? Well,
I don't think so. But you know what? Right message, wrong platform. I get what he's trying to say and making a point, but everybody's point on here, it is gaslighting and wrong platform. It's a gay pride month or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If he had the right platform and made that very same statement, you could engage a more serious conversation about the delusional nature of the transgender argument, but in the context when he do it with a big sign on this, that, and the other, it comes across on deaf ears.
Yeah, I agree. Right message, wrong place, wrong time, and definitely the wrong month. So again, it was creative at best, but I think it's much to do about nothing, brother, because we understand you like white women. I got it, and your skin is your skin is what it is. So, all right. Well, Miss Toya says she think it's OKC night, huh? Well, I don't know.
I don't know. It's too early to call.
It's too early. It's too early to call. But I just got an update. Rick Carlisle already pissed off at the refs. So he already got an early technical foul. So we're going to see if he may not make it through the rest of the game. If the refs is already, and it's in Oklahoma City, so they're going to get some home cooking. Oh, so we already know what's going to go happen with that.
Yes, sir.
And that's a perfect segue again. We talk about the NBA Finals. It's tied up 2-2. It's the best of 3 now. So, whoever wins the next 2, that's a wrap.
Yes.
And I still say OKC in 6. I think they're going to take this thing in 6. And then I think they're going to win tonight. And I think a lot of America outside of Oklahoma City and Indiana really don't give a ish. Because it's still, like I told you guys last week, the ratings are so much in the toilet. And that's okay, but it's still good basketball if you've been watching, and I watched it Friday night. Man, we're going to stick in basketball. We talk about the ladies, and I know Brother Black love him some WNBA. It is fantastic. But we're talking about one star in particular. We talk about Miss Angel Reese, who has been in the limelight for some good and for some bad. Some people you either love or you hate her. And I like her. I think her offensive game needs some work. I would say that. She's a great rebounder. Offensively, she's challenged. But she's not challenged when it comes to getting that brand and making her bread. Because guess what? My family, she's getting ready to profit off of trolls. This happened last week on a podcast. Jeff Teague, former NBA player, is a guy on this podcast named Brandon Bishop Behan Hendricks, and they were talking about Angel Reese and her ability to rebound, but her putback ability is needs some work. And he said, well, she gets all on me bounds because they all go to her, and he said they should be called me bounds. Well, people started trolling Angel Reese, and guess what Miss Reese did? She went on TikTok couple of days ago and said, thank you, trolls, because guess what? I have trademarked that name, Me Bounds, because I think it's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
So I'm looking at it now, and she has trademarked with the help of her publicist.
Yes, sir.
She just trademarked it right now for t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats by her limited liability company, and she's going to be promoting Me Bounds.
That's what's up.
And I think that's really smart.
Beautiful.
I'd like to know what you think about that, Lady D. Miss Angel Reese, hitting back at these trolls that's always coming at her.
I love the girl. I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like no one has talked about the WNBA as much as they have now. I heard nothing about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before she was playing, I couldn't tell you one person playing for the WNBA until what's her face got her dumb ass thrown in jail in Russia or wherever the hell she was. Before then, I heard nothing about anybody playing in the WNBA before she was there, because even if it was strictly about Caitlin Clark, no one would care because it wouldn't be exciting. They had to make it a Caitlin Clark versus an Angel Reese to make it even interesting in that aspect. So I think the girl is underpaid, hardworking. I just hope she's always a multimillionaire because of what she's going through. And I love that someone has taught her to capitalize off of the BS.
Yeah. Brother Black, she plays for the Chicago Sky. I know you don't really watch. You don't really care. The Sky is 3-7. They like 6th in the Eastern Conference. Reese is averaging 10.4 points, 11.9 rebounds. From the basketball aspect, do you think that her game will ever catch up with her marketability? Will you think that she will ever improve as a basketball player?
No. Right. But having said that, I admire that she's smart enough to take advantage of that small window.
Right.
She's found one thing that she does well, and she's capitalized. And for others, they think she looks attractive, whatever. Her big-eyed ass don't do anything for me, but personally. But now, don't get me wrong. If I was still out there, I would knock it down. But I'm just saying, I'm just. But no. But then back to your point. No, I don't. And it's not just her fault. I forget who said it recently. Americans, we've lost the fundamentals of the game, and that's why the national players have caught up to us. And so, with that said, I think her skill set is her skill set, but I also think she's smart enough. She's growing up in an era of Beyonce, of understanding that small window of marketability, and with the new NIL and things like that, I bravo for her. And to your point, Lady D, they all underpaid. All of the women underpaid. I don't begrudge them for getting a bag. And the fact that she won't ever elevate to the next level, I hope she's smart enough to take advantage of that small window, do one thing really well, get a shitload of money, market yourself well, and then transition that into fashion or whatever else she wants to do. So I love it for her.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do too. I want to ask you this, Brother Brenton, because you more the business minded, you know, entrepreneurship. This a great move for her.
Oh, 1000%. Listen, that's Donald Trump 2.0, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? This man markets his name. So yes, I mean that's what you do. You capitalize off of anything. Right. Jerry Jones, right? They made fun of him for his grandson, you know, taking the handkerchief and wiping his glasses. What he go do? Buy 100,000 little wipes for glasses, and he sold them. That's what you do. And I'm proud of her. Get your money, honey, because you ain't got long in any situation. So that's an opportunist. And listen, she just showed y'all how to do business 101. Great job, man. Great job.
Right, and I agree. I think she flipped it. I think that's one thing you can do. You know, I hate to use the word haters because everybody not a hater. Sometimes some people are telling you the truth. You just don't like it. That don't make them a hater. Yeah. But what I like what she did, she flipped it because all these negative comments she get from these trolls, and she said, well, you know, since you're gonna come at me and I'm seeing this, I'm gonna find a way to capitalize and monetize off of it and using your ideas. Right. So I definitely salute Angel Reese. I do like Angel Reese. Again, I do think she's offensively limited, and this is her basketball skills, and I said this to her about her coming in. She's going to be a great rebounder. Will she ever be a Caitlin Clark offensively? No, that ain't her game. But as long as she keep working on her game, getting somewhat better offensively, she's going to have a long-lasting career in the WNBA. Then after that, man, she can go fly like an eagle and do what she's doing and do her thing. So salute to you, sister. You keep doing your thing. So anyway, that's my sports segment for the day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Listen, I look for her to do better than everybody else because some of these girls ain't got nothing else but basketball.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can make money outside of basketball, you doing way better than everybody else because again, you ain't getting your money on that court. You get your money outside of that. And so that's the whole point. She's in a better position. Again, that's so it is what it is, man. Demi, good to see you, man.
Hey, what's up, Demi? How you doing?
See you, Demi.
Yeah. So listen,
definitely send peace, love, and light to you for real.
Yeah, we all in the metaverse today. So just kick your shoes off and put your feet back, and I'm sure Lee Black will get started here in a moment. So just give him a second. I know we always leaning on him. Come on, man. You gotta.
I gave him an assist earlier. I started it off. I gave him an assist.
Yeah, he got where it started for sure.
Put everything in their face. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, all right. Well, here we are again. Like I told y'all, I can't do what I did last week. That was a little taxing on my thought process. So again, I had to take it a different avenue because I never want to go to those streets again. That was really that was almost traumatic for me, man. I normally could watch the show, but I couldn't watch the show. Oh my God. Yeah, so again, this is Pride Month, so I want to honor what I said I was gonna do. So, but I wanted to talk about who is homophobic, and so again, I don't want to be biased, although Devin thinks that my AI is a middle-aged black man. That
it is.
Okay. Well, sir, then I would like to know about LGBTQ community and what does it mean to be labeled as homophobic? And so here it was. It gave a lot, so I just picked the top 3 that I wanted to talk about because I felt like it was good. But if y'all want to hear all 8 of them, I can tell you. But I'm only going to read 3 of them. But it says it's based on your attitude, your beliefs, behaviors, or language that demonstrates a prejudice. fear or dislike towards individuals. And so I wanted to focus on the first one. It says negative attitudes or beliefs. It says if a person holds negative beliefs about the LGBTQ plus community, it says viewing their identities as abnormal or inferior, they may be considered homophobic. This can manifest in stereotypes or discriminatory assumptions about someone's sexuality. Kenny, you agree?
I don't know if that's somewhat truth in that.
Okay.
It's a little bit. I don't know if I necessarily agree with all of that.
I feel like AI is doing some stereotyping, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But, okay, yeah. All right. Sister Advocate, is that homophobia?
I could have answered that. You didn't even have to call AI. You could have asked me. I would have told you Black folks and white Christians are homophobic. 85% of Black people and white Christians are homophobic because that is how we grew up, and we had to unlearn ideals. My whole life, all I remember is being a homosexual is an abomination. You know, nobody told me effing the pastor when he married was an abomination. Messing with the little girls in the back of the pulpit. Nobody called that an abomination, but I remember my whole life hearing that being a homosexual was an abomination. And it wasn't just my Black community. That was just not, later with social media, you learn that Black people, that's something we learned across the board. And a lot of white Christians believe that being a homosexual is an abomination, which is why you had your Catholic priests messing with little boys in the back because there was shame attached to it. You didn't have to call AI. You could have just asked.
And you are right. You're right, Lady D. I have to agree.
I'm still that was one of his points. I didn't want you to answer about negative attitudes or beliefs. I don't
think a negative attitude makes you homophobic. I think it went a little too far, but
okay.
I think homophobe is the word has a lot more depth to it than what it used to.
Because what is homophobic? I mean, what would you define homophobic to be? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't think there's a the definitive answer for that. Okay, Black.
That's where I'm gonna disagree.
Okay,
that's where I'll disagree.
Okay,
and I think we've made this topic way too complicated. When for me, it's always been very simple. Homophobic, fear of homosexuals. That's at its core. Right. That's what it's supposed to be. Somebody who has a abnormal fear of homosexuals. How you doing, CC?
What up, CC?
And this is what's amazing to me about that community.
Okay,
we don't apply that other broad logic and going out into the metaverse when it comes to other phobias. If I sat here and told you right now I'm claustrophobic, fuck it. That's right off the bat that I'm gonna have a fear of being in closed places. But the moment we start talking about dick suckers and carpet munchers, it becomes something else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it that way brutally because that's my way of treating you, of normalizing you. If I can talk about anybody else, how come I can't talk about you? Because the moment when I get to talking about you, then all of a sudden you want to put me someplace else. And so, Lady D, I know we go in a different direction. I agree with some points of it, but my thing is,
I already saw it.
I think it's cultural and I think it's generational. Your point is valid when you're talking about a certain age group, but this age group out here now, we don't have taboos. And these rainbow sons of bitches walking around out here now, sucking a dick in the park and smoking weed, and it's all legal. And nobody trapping them. There's no fear of losing your job or anything like that. But the moment we talk about this community, it becomes convoluted. Let me see it and let me think. No.
All right, Kenny, let's just sit back and relax. Okay. Go on, Devin. I know you had something.
No. It wasn't anything bad. Black he kind of helped prove what I was saying. I don't like the word phobic Because when I think about other phobias that a lot of us have, like for instance, I have a fear of clowns. I have a phobia when it comes to clowns. I don't think less of them. I don't discriminate against them.
Right.
I just don't want any of them. I truly have a fear of them. If I saw one of them standing in the room with me, I'm gonna want to go grab. We ain't gonna talk about it. So I mean, I just think that when it comes to homosexuality, I just think it's so much more. It's so much bigger than that. Than just, there you go. I don't even like that one. Like he a pedophile. There's something wrong.
Now, Kenny, you know you gonna get it.
I don't even like that one. But it's so I don't think it's a phobia. Maybe it was a phobia back in the day when it started off.
Thank you.
People started talking about, but I just think there's so much. I just think we need a new word to describe when people have prejudices and things like that when it comes to homosexuals. Because I think the phobia is just the wrong. Because in 2025, not very many people are afraid or have a fear, a true fear.
Right. I agree with that.
That's a great point. Yeah, great point. So again, maybe I should have just read all my stuff because y'all just entering into all the other points I'm trying to make. Okay. Well, okay. The second one I wanted to bring up because Devin keep talking about my stuff. Did you already look this up or something? Okay.
I did not.
Whatever. So it don't matter. I'm having ignorant phobia right now. So here it is. A person who expresses fear, discomfort, or aversion towards LGBTQ plus people, often stemming from misinformation or stereotypes, may be considered homophobic. This can include avoidance of situations involving homosexual individuals. So again, to your point, Black, you shaking your head?
I'm saying.
Yeah, agree.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
So we do need to change the phobic because again, we're saying something is scaring us, right? Something we're afraid of, right? Because arachnophobia, you're scared of spiders, right? Yeah, and all the other. So Devin, you made a great point. So we're not afraid of gay people. So again, but I believe gay people started calling people who did not agree with them homophobic.
Yes, I agree with that.
Now, can we say that? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's who started that. So how about y'all just
But they were right at one point. Lady D made a brilliant point in the beginning. They were right at one point. Black culture and white Anglo-Saxon Christians absolutely pushed that narrative early on.
Yeah, I'm finna get
burn in hell and this, that, and the other. So I agree with Lady D 1000%. And then in African American culture, you can be a drug dealer, you can be a crackhead, but you can't be a faggot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so that's the way we were raised for a long time. And please don't anybody get offended. I'm using these words on purpose, to be honest with you, because whether people don't know it or not, my son identifies. I keep it funky with you. You know, I'm being honest here now. You know, he does his thing or whatever. Couldn't love him more.
Thank you.
You kept it PG.
I'm setting it up so that I can make my point because I don't want people coming in and hear that say, "Oh my God!" But and in case y'all don't know, I say these same things to his face.
I believe we all believe.
I believe like that. And this past weekend, Father's Day, me and his mother, we were laughing and talk about this very thing, you know. And so again, love him to death. You know, I don't agree with the behavior, but that's his choice. But to this conversation, I don't fear him. And I have good friends that come visit me from Memphis, stay with me. We have great conversations. I've learned so much about them. And so, but Lady D is right. You know, my generation, I'm 57 years old. Oh yeah, you know, we were raised, you know, in that environment and being Black.
Right. Yeah. So again, I think that's why I love talking to y'all because we can talk intelligently and figure out what the real issue is. And yes, that was one of the things Chad talked about. Since y'all just keep going there, let's go there. Okay. One of his points was cultural or religious justifications. It says some individuals may cite cultural or religious beliefs to justify prejudice, views, or behaviors toward LGBTQ plus individuals, while holding certain beliefs is not inherently homophobic. Using them as a basis for discrimination may lead to labeling. All right, Kenny, since you're the only one that hadn't commented on the religion, I'll start with you and see if the rest have more to say. But I do have a closing argument. So,
I definitely. I mean, hey, I hit it out. In my opinion, I think that's correct. I think religion it puts all the other sins in its own tier, but for some reason, homosexual is the all-star. It gets more light shown on it than all the other sins, and I think that's just because of again the phobia, the fear, and the funny thing about that is the hypocrisy of religion is that most of your homosexuals, especially in the black church, are in the church. They are the choir directors. They are the musicians.
Taking that tambourine.
They are all over the place. So it's just funny that religion, especially black church, goes so hard on it, and they church are full of them.
Yeah. All right, sister, you got more to add to this?
No.
Okay.
I just wonder sometimes if the church has such a strong stance on it is because the people who were so strong about it had some underlying homophobic
tendencies,
homosexual thoughts or homosexual tendencies in the background, and that's why they were afraid it was going to spread like wildfire or something, or if they get caught or something. I just don't know why there was just so it was so strongly opposed in the church.
Yeah, no, for sure. Black, what you got some more to add to this? Well, let me read them. Yes, sir. Just let me read Demi's first. Where you just go there. Okay. She said, which is wrong because to God, sin is sin, and there is no difference. Exactly. We don't have the right to judge anything or anyone as flawed as we all are. We all need God's grace and mercy. Good point, man. All right, preacher, take it away.
So I absolutely have something, because that's where, though, my argument splits a little bit. Religion has a responsibility to call it a sin, and that's my problem with it. Now, I don't elevate it to Kenny's point, to any greater sin than some of the others, but let's not play no games now. Now, what we're not going to do is sit here now and rewrite, the laws of physics and shit and telling me that we got more than two genders and God made a mistake. It's a behavior. And that's where I hold a religion responsible, because the Bible is clear. If you don't sit and pick apart the parts you like, 2 Corinthians, list out it, and it calls it out specifically, homosexuality. Now, it's not my place to judge it. That's God's place. But having said that, ass fucking is a sin. Let's be clear about that. So where I have a problem with religion is that religion has sold its soul, because as they have come along, you even have the Pope with his scandalous ass. All of a sudden now,
not the new one.
To the side, fuck the Pope. His side, that old son of a bitch, pedophile son of a bitch, coming forward to his side to, well, this and that, you ain't said, you saying a whole lot of shit you ain't said nothing, and your whole denomination is ass fucking, and you won't call it out. And same thing for you Baptist son of a bitches too, having these big conferences, touching kids and shit like that too. Let's call it what it is. It's a behavior, but I don't have the right to judge it any more than any other sin, a liar, a thief, adulterer, this, that, and that. But what we not going to do is play and say that, but God made a mistake and this and that. You're still sinning. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to that.
Ass, that's okay. I done sucked myself in the ass time or two, too. It just
hell to the no.
Told you I can't take too much of this now. Hold on. Come on. Shout out to Thaddeus Matthews. Thank you, sir.
I really wanted to ask Black a question, but never mind. I'm okay.
Be careful. Be careful. All right. Well, listen now, y'all. Y'all know how I am.
Now you got me curious. What's the question?
No, man, I'm not asking. No.
Don't listen. We've already thrown one alley hoop.
Yeah, I threw you assist earlier. I'm not throwing you another.
Okay, y'all. Now y'all know I don't get on here and Bible beat nobody, but I will say something about this. Now, again, everybody has said their piece, and I won't debate this, but I'm just gonna tell you where I'm at. if we're going to believe the Bible, then we can't misuse the Bible. So if all have sinned, all is everybody. And so again, we can't start excluding anything. And this is my problem with church, is because we have directly taking the scriptures and we have used them inappropriately. So if all have sinned and the Bible is clear about sin, you can't pretend that homosexuality is not a sin, nor can you pretend that adultery is not a sin.
Right.
So again, here's my problem with you hypocrites, that if you guys are going to have a problem with homosexuality, you need to have a problem with your pastor on his second marriage preaching to you. Because the Bible makes that clear. You cannot pastor a church. And thus the reason why we have the problems that we're having, right? Because you have condoned one thing and you have tried to obliterate another. To Devin's point, there is more things that are an abomination, not just homosexuality. And I'm not sure why it needs to be an abomination for y'all to disagree with it. So again, in my position, if you're going to read your Bible, read it. And if you're going to accept all the parts, accept all the parts. So all have sinned, none is greater than the other.
We in agreement, brother.
Yes, sir. So if you're going to accept the adulterous pastor teaching you, again, then you're going to have to keep your mouth closed about the homosexual pastors pastoring a homosexual church, because y'all started it. So again, we can have a conversation all you want to, but in my position, it's right is right and wrong is wrong. So again, you can't sweep up what you want to and then put out what you don't, because homosexuality is so open and in your face. That's why it's such an issue. Because as Black would say, well, some of y'all want to be that anyway. So that's why y'all scared to act like. Well, anyway, all right. Well, that's what that be. What you say, Demi? What you say? Fornicating is a sin, but we can't sin.
We don't get to judge.
So again, so again, it's just a conversation. So again, we've made it clear we need to change the label of, because we're not afraid. So it's not a what's the suffix? Phobic. It's not a phobia.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a phobia.
Yeah, so it's not a phobia. Right.
Yeah.
So again, we have to change the narrative. So we're not afraid of it, but we do have a position. And again, if there's certain things I don't like chocolate. So guess what? I don't be around chocolate, and I don't put chocolate in my mouth and none of that. So again, that's the truth. So again, if you don't like certain things,
pause. Pause.
I can read your mind right there.
Bye, y'all. You know what? All right, that's two. You ain't got but one more. You ain't got but one more. That's two. You done got me and you got Kenny. You got one more. It's all right. We're gonna let you have it. But again, as we said, we can only have this conversation with people you care about, because other than that, you start getting offended, you get in your feelings, things like that. So we don't mean no harm, but we just tell the truth how it is. And so it is what it is. But again, y'all got to study to show yourself approved. And for y'all that don't know your Bible, you have been disapproved. So cut it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Adele Givens herself. She's on the road. She's on her tour today. She's cutting up, but now she want to get in Diddy's business. Now I'm sure we don't know if he gay or not, right?
I think Diddy, he give me a little bisexual tease, but I feel like
I know things for a fact.
Any man who wants sperm on his face, to me, might be might like a little ping.
Okay, Black say he know for a fact. My God.
But in did Diddy do it? And in Diddy doing Time News ahead of week 6, the jury has seen freak off videos before they left for the day. They did have to watch that. They see financial documents where prosecutors say Bad Boy Entertainment made payments toward these freak offs. They see messages between Diddy and a male escort arranging travel, which is where that trafficking comes from. Right. And the judge did uphold a decision to dismiss a juror ahead of 6 testimony.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So
Wow,
they usually always have an alternate juror.
Right.
So it
they
doesn't,
do.
I've actually been one of those. So it usually doesn't stop anything. It just dismisses that juror. But what I'm curious to know about, which is irrelevant, is that juror now able to get out and talk? Or do they have to wait until the trial is over?
Nope. You have to wait till it's over.
Yeah, you have to wait till it's over.
That's
Yeah, that
just
juror
for
can't talk.
And that judge is serious.
Oh,
He
wow.
can't. He or she can't talk about it. Whoever that.
Oh,
juror
okay.
is.
Okay. I'm glad you answered my question. That's what I was curious to know, if they could come out and like start a YouTube channel or something. And there's been a lady on the stand for a while testifying, who has immunity, and everyone feels like they know who she is. I know who she is, but she talked about how she basically lived the same life as Cassie. She became but she was in her 30s, so we can't say it was a 19-year-old. She was grown woman. She wants to stay unidentified because she has a baby by a very famous rapper who Diddy hates.
I don't know who we talking about.
Oh, I think I know who it is now.
She became jealous when he started dating Carisha and taking her out on dates to like Turks and different things like that, and then decided but she continued putting up with things because he was paying her rent. He was sending her, I think, $35,000 a month, basically supporting her. So as long as he was supporting her, she was tolerating his foolishness. And I don't know where you guys are with this trial right now, and if you've seen more than that, because of course I'm trying to sum it up very quickly for the sake of time. And Black is getting his whole life. So I'm
he getting his Harlem shake on.
I forgot how to do this.
Maybe he got some baby oil.
He getting his Harlem shake on.
Take that.
Please don't.
It wasn't even me. It wasn't even me.
Oh my goodness.
Black, do you think he's dug a bigger hole in these last several weeks, or do you see a light at the end of his tunnel?
In all seriousness, I still, for me, I can't make the leap and the connection between trafficking and RICO charges, whatnot. Again, we still have the prosecution putting on their case. That's the irony of this, is that, they get to go first, and he's already been crucified in public opinion. But I'll ask the family this, and any viewers watching this. Before the trial even started, we said, the P. Diddy messed with men, and we sitting here right now speculating whether he's gay or not. But before it started, we heard all these stories about how he bent men over and this, that, and the over, and we've yet to hear that. We're hearing about his nasty lifestyle, freaky lifestyle, whatnot. But to answer your question, sis, no. I mean, and I'm so serious about this, that he partied at the level that he could. Men cheat and behave based on our pockets. When you come down to it and you being honest. Now, for the record, not everybody does the things he does, but when I did my thing, I'm a poor Black man. But you want to tell me that I RICO'd or trafficked somebody because I picked up a bitch from Market Tree, Arkansas, and brought that bitch home to Memphis? The bitch didn't have no car. A couple of sisters I know, in Millington, Tennessee, them bitches ain't had no car. When it scooped their musty ass up, brought them across the state line, picked off the bitches and took them back home. Okay. Oklahoma, bitches in Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, all over. And I'm RICO. I partied at the level that my finances allowed me to. It so happens to, at that point, have been close to a billionaire. So when he went to a different city, he was able to fly bitches in and have it arranged. I've said this on many occasions. God forgive me if I was rich. Every major city, I would have done what R. Kelly did. I would have a paid-for apartment with 3 to 4 bitches living there, where when I came in town, you got to call me Big Papa. And do everything I said. I would have put a leash on their goddamn neck and paid their phone bill, whatever. If they was dumb enough to go for it, then I'm a happy man. But say that anything I've heard yet, I've heard nothing yet to tell me he actually is any nastier than other people he's being exposed for it. But if you believe that doesn't happen with other rappers, rock stars, TV. I got a bridge to sell you. So no, he's not digging a bigger hole, and he haven't put on his case yet. They're doing everything at this but the kitchen sink to reinforce their star witness. And I'm so glad, sister, that you started by saying this other person who wasn't young, because the narrative up to now has been that he was so much older than her, that he was some kind of Svengali and this in her mind. But now we got an older woman, and it's allegedly 50 Cent's baby mama, which explains a lot of the beef between them two. And so now she's admitting that as long as he paid her rent stuff, she was willing to stuff whatever down her throat that he could put.
Okay. Aside from the RICO, et cetera, do you think this will stop a lot of the, let's just say, Ken, you went to the Diddy party because you want to get your Diddy on, your background dancing or whatever.
Face.
And you thought you was drinking a glass of tequila, and then you woke up, you was butt naked with your booty tooted in the air, and you don't know what they gave you. Do you think that's worth going to prison?
Look at Black having flashbacks back there.
No, you always made me joke.
Do I think being an adult and making a decision that I wasn't coerced into and making that decision on my own, is that worth? I don't think so. Again, I just think I think if you go on to Diddy parties, I mean, you know what you're getting into. I heard some other stars in the industry said that when a certain time came, they was leaving because they knew what was about to go down after a certain time. So
I believe in Jamie Foxx.
You know, so it ain't even just him though, Brent. I've heard other couple of stars say that they weren't going to be in no Diddy party after a certain time because they know what was going down.
I'm with you.
So my thing is, that's just the freak level of highly weird. So no, I mean you know what you're getting yourself into. So, but yeah, no, I wouldn't be at no Diddy party first of all. But that's And
a real quick, I want to say something.
Really,
I was in my time. I was king of clubs. That was what I literally strategically went to a club at 9:30, 10, positioned myself, and I knew. Me and my boy knew that when you got there, we get there early, position. They can see us. We see them. We knew that when it got to be about 12 o'clock, there was a different set because the women that was in there from 7:30 up until about 11, they started fading out. You got your 12 o'clock set. Anybody that was still sitting there when it got to be about 1:30, those the bitches we knew that was ready for the after.
I promise you.
And it's no different that there are ladies that's sitting there that come in early with their girls. Fuck them bitches. We know they was leaving. You wasted my time. But when it got to be 12 o'clock, it was kind of so. But when it got to be about 1 o'clock, any women that was still sitting there, the line even was, so what you doing after this? You know what I'm saying? So shit, you ready to go home, are you? Shit, we're gonna take this party back to the house. I'm gonna be making drinks. When me and my boy hit the apartment, there was no huddle and discussion. One person hit the music, put on the porn, another person go in the kitchen, blend up the drinks. You hand them bitches a drink, you don't ask them what they drinking, you hand them bitches a drink, you put the towels down on the couch, sit down, plop your dicks out, and they know what it is.
All righty. Toria, let me find out, Toria. Let me find out. I don't know where you live, Toria, but I am going to visit you.
Yikes.
And I will take you to eat wherever you want. Houston, Fogo, whatever you want, as long as you keep it under 500. And I need you to tell me a lot of your business. I'm going to say that. And Brenton, what I want to ask you is, do you think this trial will humble a lot of, because I think Diddy is one of a million, just because I think it's all money and power. Let's just be honest. And broke hoes like money and power. Let's just be real. Right. And so do you think that this trial will humble a lot of the little Diddies? And let's be honest, there's some big Diddies out there too. And maybe this will save a lot of women in the future from going through the same traumas.
No, in the words of what do you call them? I'm trying to be funny. I can't think of the name. But in the words of a man who cannot keep his thing in his pants, this too shall pass. So it's just a matter of time. We forget things. We forget people. Again, we always. How many documentaries have y'all seen in the last 5 years that talks about whether it's from Nickelodeon or it's from Mormon Church or it's from the Catholic? We've seen it all, and nothing's going to stop again. So no, I don't know. It's just, again, we need to know why he wanted to get caught, and it was because of Cassie. That's all it was. So somebody let the video leak. Somebody saw the video, and guess what? He shut his mouth for $100,000. So no, this is not going away. So no.
And Lady D, you can't save them.
And I don't want to. Look here, if y'all want to sell ass, dick and pussy, that's y'all business. It's yours to sell. You can toot it up as much as you want to. But here's the thing: what Diddy trial did do is it taught a lot of people that you can't act naive to this thing like this happening. Like there ain't nobody who can walk into a Diddy party today if he gets out and be like, I didn't know I was gonna wake up with my ass in the air and aching. Like you knew what was gonna happen to you. And if y'all can remember, at least my grandma used to say, "Ain't nothing open after midnight but legs and hotels." That's what they meant. Keep your ass at home and watch TV, and things like this won't happen to you. And the broke women that like the celebrity and the stardom and all that, you now know what that comes with. And for the women who think that they are a preferred or a preference of some men, he don't treat you any better. He dog walk your ass just like he dog walk any other woman. You are not special. You need somebody like a Black who's on a hiatus that ain't gonna dog you out right now, because a lot of these other men are not on a hiatus, and they will walk you out. They will trick you out, and you are not special. So I hope that if this does nothing else, it teaches young girls what can happen to you when you are in certain spaces where you think it's because you're beautiful, and bitch, you ain't no better than what you think the ugliest motherfucker on the corner is. It's just that she not over there because it's not as fun to slut her out because they think it's easy. They rather slut your ass out because you think you
Oh boy.
Now I go back to minding my business.
That's my sister. That's my sister.
Yikes.
It's the truth. The ugly girl, nobody wants to slut her out.
No, you're right. You're
It's the
right
truth.
about that.
It's the truth.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, Carol, Black is on a hiatus.
Yeah, we're gonna get some t-shirts made.
You was late. You was late. Yeah,
Yeah.
you was late to the party. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, they was having a little Angel Reese moment. So
Yeah.
So, I don't really know how to segue to this after that one, but I'll just again, I'm only gonna do this for a month because I ain't fooling with y'all no more. But I got it because we are clear. I'm not homophobic because I ain't scared of nobody. But I do got a question there for sure. Now we do know what gender neutral is, right? You got gender neutral names, clothes, cologne. But is this gender neutral? So that's Carl Anthony Towns. If y'all don't know, well, that's what they say. I don't know if that's the man or not, but that's what they say.
It looks like it's verified with the blue check mark, so that's him.
Okay, well, if Kenny said it, then I believe it. So again, Carl Anthony Towns. Now, Devin, what they normally call that in the street?
A tramp stamp. A dude's getting tramp stamps today.
Yep.
And y'all see how he got his pants pulled tight to show his little crease in his booty to show that he got some junk in the trunk? You see what I'm saying? Ken, he wouldn't care if he woke up with his ass tooted up in there.
Oh, I know. You right. You right, Lady D.
Look like. Because most men don't just get tramp stamps. And it got a heart on it too. He could have got a devil or Freddy Krueger or some shit. He straight up got a tramp stamp.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay. Black, y'all listen. I promise y'all, Black got a segment because I know he's been on for a minute, but he still got his own segment covered. But go ahead, say what?
Well, that's the first thing I thought, Lady D, and I don't have, for being fully honest, I don't even have a tattoo. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm a big sissy when it comes to that. Even though I want one, but y'all, anybody with tattoos have to tell me, but I thought you get them to show them off, right, or whatever. There's a reason why I guess you get them. You know, I guess it's personal, whatever. But when a man gets a tattoo there, my question is simple: who is gonna see it except somebody standing behind you?
Right.
And in order to see it, your shirt has to be pulled up and damn near your drawers pulled down. So,
hold on, because y'all know me.
Yeah, you know, I was holding my tongue, Brent, but I'm gonna let you take.
But
it.
no, because I won't. Because
No.
this is what I be waiting for. Y'all don't know. Like I don't know if your mama got.
Put a face to it, Magnificent Mac.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you got a lot to say. I got something to put in your mouth to keep you quiet.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we don't respect this when you don't.
And I like it. My dick suck.
Right.
Yeah. And again, I'm just saying this for the bottom of my heart, brother, sister, whatever. Again, we've already established no homophobia here. So at the end of the day, if you want to talk, you got to show your face, because then I can talk about what your mama did on accident. So again, so again, that's what I'm saying. So be cool, because we as long as you want to play by the rules, that's the rules. You got to come on and you got to show your face. And then we can do what we do. So that,
you gonna go after you after our sister too about you know what I'm saying? You know, fuck you and your mama, your motherfucker, you.
Yeah. So again, hey man, I'm good to see you.
Or it could be a dirty ass bitch. In that case, if you're a hoe, come on to my way.
And that's it. So again, so if you say something else and you want to come on, then that's what's happening to you. Because if you're gonna give it, you got to take it, because I mean it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna cost you $7 when you get through. So that's all. That's all I got to say about that.
I promise you.
All right. All right, y'all. So again,
I don't like the word sissy. I think it's inappropriate. That must have been what your daddy was called in high school, you ugly bitch. If you want to be bold and try to talk shit, you need to show your face.
That's
you
it.
know what I'm saying? Just because your daddy like to take dick in the ass don't mean you can come over here and make comments about folks who haven't bothered your punk ass. If you want to sit up here and be bold, put a picture up, ho. Put a picture up so I can tell you what your mama, your grandmama, and your daddy used to do in high school, you fucking bitch. Can you block whatever that is?
Yes, I will. No problem. But
you got the right one. You got the right one.
Yeah.
We all don't like working on Monday.
Right one.
Right. Okay. So anyway, y'all, there it is. All right. So at the end of the day, thank you, Carl Anthony Towns. I appreciate it. Just everybody don't see it your way.
Hey, you know what those initials are, right? Carl Anthony Towns.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Yes, sir.
That's why they call him Cat. I'm just saying.
All right. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right. Thank you.
Was that a fake tattoo? I feel like it was fake.
I don't know.
You don't believe it was real?
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
I remember him showing that because I followed that. I didn't understand why he showed it though, Lady D.
Yeah, that's the point.
I didn't get why.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah. You know, why was you proud enough to say, "Look at what I've done"?
Because I didn't think anyone got tramp stamps, men or women today. I thought that was like a 90s, like a trend back in the 30 years ago. I didn't know anyone still got tramp stamps today. Because we're old enough now for people to regret getting them. Let's be honest.
Right.
We're at an age where people say, "I wish I wouldn't have done it."
Damn, what the hell did I do that for? Yeah.
Well, maybe he played basketball all his life, so I don't know. He trying to catch up, so who knows?
Well, he's supposed to date some nice little. I think she was a singer.
Yeah, he's been dating no girl from the Kardashians for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
he had a fake account, so I don't know. Listen, I just report the news. I don't try to figure it out. So
no, I think it's real, but I didn't understand why he showed it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there it is. All right, y'all. Well, listen. I try to keep us out of it, but I can't sometimes, and then it just get real silly. You just gotta say it. So, grace for this, and for all you church folks, y'all know what grace is. But I want y'all to hear what this woman got to say, and then we can just see what happens.
A radical heart shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you, I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet his side chick by ironing his clothes and getting him ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this.
Okay, sister. I just say, is that the kind of grace y'all do?
And this is why men want to meet women in the church, because I'm going to be serious for a whole second, because women, we have allowed the church to manipulate us into believing that we need to tolerate any and everything that comes to us for the sake of honoring God and dismissing the devil. I've been a young fool. I've been dropped off before at work by a dude who had a big dang-a-lang when I was like super duper young, and he picked me up with no gas in my car. But that's because I didn't know better. You think I'm finna be an old middle-aged hoe and on social media letting somebody show y'all how stupid I am and how much of a fool? If you cheating on me and you got a side chick and you about to go see her, if I iron your clothes, I bet you better not put them on. You're going to be itching for days. Your skin is probably going to fall off. It's acid in that goddamn cornstarch that I ironed your shit with. That is not who I am today. And y'all know I ain't lying. I ain't got no problem saying it. I just don't get people being that dumb in today's day and age. And why embarrass? He don't like her. He hate that lady. Why would he embarrass her like that on a public platform? And she's still acting like she doing it for God. Like, get the fuck out. Like, she need her ass whooped.
Okay, Kenny. So I mean, again, you can't get mad at him because she let him do it, right?
Yeah, you can, because I mean, you got to hold men accountable for their BS too. I mean, again, she's stupid for allowing him to do that. But as a man, I'm gonna hold a man accountable when he on some BS. He on some BS. He knew that. You telling me you cool with your wife ironing your clothes, and you know you getting ready to go smash your side chick? Come on, bro. You talking about lack of respect? You totally disrespect your wife, and hell, you don't even respect your own damn self at the end of the day. So that's my thing on it. So
okay, Black. But here's the thing: if Lady A, this woman who's on here saying this, does this, and for some reason they leave, why wouldn't he expect the next woman to be that way? Because again, that's the problem women have. They get mad at men. Well, who you think you are? I'm thinking you just like the other woman that was okay with this. So again, I'm gonna say my piece about it, because again, this is God help us, because she brought the Bible in here for her silly self. But I mean,
I'm glad you brought it back to that, because when you use the word grace, you're talking about God's unmerited bestowing favor on somebody, because of nothing you've done. Right. And that's where, for me, this makes this sad.
Yes.
But having said that, it's sad for different reasons for me.
Yeah.
Look at both of these two sons of bitches. See, I'm gonna say what nobody won't say. Okay. You got two fat fuckers, and I'm saying that because I am a fat bastard. But you got these two fat bastards sitting up there, so he can't get away with that with anybody else. And I feel sorry for her, because she has low self-esteem. She hates herself. And so I actually feel sorry for her that she's married to be a part of being the first lady and all of those titles and the bullshit that goes along with that kind of status. And just so grateful I'm married now. Look at me, I'm married now. But my thing is, Lady D, this is where the point that you're missing. Baby, that would never happen to you. Look at yourself in the mirror.
People do what they can get away with.
No. So hear me out. I'm not saying that beautiful women don't get dogged out and everything, but you wouldn't take it.
Right.
Because that's what you just said. But she has nowhere to go. That's probably for her the best she can do.
Yeah, low
You know,
self-esteem, like you
that
said.
poor woman ain't seen her pussy since I don't know when. You know, and my thing is, bless her heart, they sitting there dressed together like two fat Skittles looking together. You know, those sons of bitches, you know, nobody wants these sons of bitches. So he got a fat bitch that he's sitting there playing in her face, and other fat bitches. I guarantee you his church is ugly as all get out. You know, because I guarantee you ain't no women like you looking for him. But since pastor, my thing is, what fuck his fat ass? You know what I'm saying? The word of God is a powerful thing. You know,
y'all have to watch the beginning of the show to understand who he is. So that just is. Shonda says, "This is him." Emmy, I sure hope you're enjoying yourself right now because it's just okay. Well, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Hey, friend, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Brent? How you doing?
So here's what I'm saying. There's enough silly people in the world for you to have to use the Bible to justify your ignorance. You don't have to justify your ignorance of the Bible. Just do it, right? Don't add the Bible to it to give it some type of authority. No, y'all dumb, and then you trying to use the same Bible to curse him, right? And to get rid of him, and the devil God gonna get him. Well, you said. Okay, so again, I don't have no problem with her until she trying to use the Bible. That's why this has got to help us all. So, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
You triggered me a little because you know what else pisses me off? Because I've had this girlfriend more than once, and we're no longer friends. And you know why? Because her dumb ass go and tell his fat ass, and he tells her your friend is jealous and she just want me or she wants your relationship because she ain't got this, that, and that. Like I want somebody to sit on top of me and suffocate my ass every goddamn night. So instead of thinking that I'm being nice to her because I'm trying to help her and get her some self-esteem, she let him convince her that I'm the devil trying to penetrate their relationship and get in the middle of it when I couldn't squeeze my little ass between you fat motherfuckers if I wanted to. So that's why I get mad when them hoes start turning their back on their friends because you believe in this damn guy. Like Barney done convinced her that I want him, and she believe it.
This has been long overdue.
This is a test. This is only a test. This has been.
What has been a show? My goodness. I mean, I'm sorry, sister. I didn't mean to trick you, but I apologize. So y'all just leave the Bible to itself, y'all. Just blame it on the alcohol, blame it on Diddy, somebody.
Oreos.
I mean, yeah, just y'all should have saw Lee before he got through. So again, it just don't matter. But y'all it's okay. But all right, well, again, y'all stop taking the Bible out of context and using it. That ain't even what grace is.
No, thank you.
Yes, they call those a fool, right? So maybe that's what that be. All right, well, listen, I don't even know how I let this end up in the same area because now we got to shoot all the way to the other side with this, but maybe not. I don't know. But love languages, ladies and gentlemen, this is Black Love Series, and I was surprised. I said I thought we would have talked about this by now, but we haven't. And,
I think we have.
I think so.
I think we have. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, good. Well, then we don't have to talk about it no more.
I can't remember.
I think we have. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, because I don't remember none of y'all love language.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I remember, yeah, because I remember, yeah.
I remember Kenny talking about touch, and I was like acts of whatever you call it.
Service, acts of service, yeah.
Stuff, but don't touch me.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, Black, what's your love? No, mind. That's okay. I think it's bilingual.
Black does have he has a love language.
Black does have one.
If he love, but Black has a love language.
Okay, what
are my choices?
No. Oh, yes. What is that? Physical touch, words of affirmation. Okay, maybe because Kenny maybe said words of no, I don't remember. Okay, well, maybe acts of service, receiving gifts, or physical touch.
Shit, none of those are really my love language.
Oh, damn. Well, there you have it.
Acts of touch. I don't cuddle. I don't need all of that kind of shit. So forget about touching me.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. What's up, Prime?
Hey, what's up, Prime?
Like men likes acts of service.
I don't need all of that.
just pour him a glass of liquor and bring it to him.
You know what?
Well,
I guess if that's what you want to hear, you know.
Miss Tori said if it's smelly,
Damn,
it's
it's smelly.
Oh, damn. Damn, Miss Tori.
Damn, Miss Tori. Victoria, I got a big ass nose. I don't want it to be spilled.
Okay, well, if we talked about it, then I'll ask this question then, because I apologize. How much value do we put on love languages then? Does it carry any weight? Or is it even necessary? Is it just some psychobabble? Sister, is it psychobabble then?
I don't put much weight in it. I don't like when people start talking to me about their love languages. I don't give a damn.
Okay. Kenny, is it important?
I actually think it is important. I think it is, because I think you need to know your partner. You need to know how they love, and you need to know how to love them. So you need to get to figure out, okay, if acts of service is what they like, okay, they like for me to, just like you said, Lady D, bring me a drink when I didn't even ask for it. Or buy me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I like the Packers. You see something in the store, it's like, oh, he like this, that type of stuff. Or if you like to know that I like for you to rub on my head, you know, physical.
Well, that's gave 3 languages.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out different examples. I didn't say which one was mine.
Okay.
I just said I'm giving. So I think you do need to be in tune with how your partner love and how do they receive love.
Okay. Well, then, Black, I'm gonna ask you this then, because this can actually be misappropriated, because somebody will be checking off boxes, right?
Right.
So then,
yeah. True.
So then that's what I'm saying. So at that point, are you then giving them credit for checking the boxes, or are they just being genuine about who you are? Because I think then we are putting somebody in a box or painting them in a corner if then we try to acknowledge a person's love for somebody based on checking off these languages. So again,
that's why I agree with Lady D. For me, I guess I'm a chameleon, because it's different things with different people. It would be different, you know.
Right.
It's mitigating circumstances here, because for someone, I might want what my brother says. Maybe for them, you look, if they got finances, shit, you know, and that, you know, might be something I appreciate. But if you ain't got shit, you know, financially, then maybe it's something else. But to Lady D's point, it's not a big thing with me in terms of something that I'm measuring her by. You know, Kenny says all the time, somebody who lets him be him. If that person's attracted to me, I guess if they're going to be with me, they're going to know what makes me tick anyway. And that for me, I guess, Kenny says all the time, I'm always on your page, my brother. He said, I want somebody who gets me. At the end of the day, that's it. You have to get me.
Yeah. Well, I want to say it like this, y'all, because I think it's important. I was having a conversation with my daughter, and she's coming of age where she's trying to, you know, find somebody. And I'm trying to tell my daughter, I know what they're doing for you now, like doing things, but I want to know why they're doing things. And the most important thing about a person, as Shonda said, I don't want you checking off boxes. I want to know it's coming from your heart.
Right.
Because if it's coming from your heart, then you're not gonna, even if you do something wrong, you meant it, but with good intentions. And so I don't want people learning me to say, I've done ABC. No, I want to know that this is coming from your heart. Because if you have a good heart, then we're going to work through anything else, right? So again, well, he's giving me money. Well, why is he giving you money? Well, he taking care of my bills. But why is he taking care of your bills? Again, there are ill motives in people's motives. So you got to be careful when you're talking about, well, he does this for me, she does this. But again, why? Are they a good person, or are they wanting something in return? So you got to just be careful about these love languages, especially if you don't speak multiple languages. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, because again, Lee speak freaky. So again, if you don't speak that, that's a different language. So again, but no, just again, find a person that has a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Again, and all those other things fall into place. How about that? All right. Well, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, always and forever, Lee Black want to holler at y'all for just a second, and he wants to represent. So represent my brother.
Yes. When you hear that simple phrase, if somebody says represent, we as Black people, what does that mean to us? And so it depends on the circumstances, but unilaterally, when you hear that phrase, whether it's in a sports arena, my brother Kenny who watching the game, and brother Brent, you got children, but Lady D, we all have kids on this thing. And when you think about represent, it's a call to duty for us to how we want to be projected and how we see ourselves, but more importantly, how others see us. So think about when you send your kids out into the world and they're representatives of who you are. For those of you that are married, Brother Brenton, you got a wife. How your wife is out there in public, she represents you. Lady D, same thing. And why am I bringing this up? If you haven't watched the movie Straw, do yourself a favor. I watched it this past weekend, and Kenny's laughing. And by and large, this movie is very polarizing because I know he's laughing because so far from what I've seen, I have not been able to find one male really outside of somebody that's gay that has found this movie to be good. I'm being brutally honest. And again, this show is always so organic. So unless you're gay, I haven't found any so-called heterosexual man that enjoys this movie. But by and large, Black women have really found it, enjoyable. Taraji P acted her ass off, and it's a typical Tyler Perry thing. And so I'm not going to get into the movie itself. I hated it. But having said that, it opened up a dialogue though about representation for me, because when I saw it and its depiction of African American women, and to me the worst possible way as victims, and it depicted Black men, every stereotype you can think of, but that's my view. Having said that, I'm a very big fan of Tyler Perry the person, and anybody who knows me, I can separate the person from the art. Mm-hmm. Now, and then of course this weekend I watched a show called The Chi on Showtime. I don't know if you watch it. It's made by Lena Waithe, and it used to be one of my favorites, but it's devolved. Sometimes shows can evolve. This is devolved into some trans agenda, narrative about what's going on, how they've turned the men into some amalgamation of some distorted lens through transgender, this, that, and the other. And again, that's just my personal opinion, having said that. But the bigger conversation I wanted to have with the family tonight is, does representation really matter? Does it matter to us? Because the argument here is that we should be glad that Tyler Perry is giving Black actors, roles, and he's successful. He was recently on BET Awards, and he made a comment that he says, I've made more Black millionaires than anybody. Well, he's probably not lying. And so I respect the shit out of him as a person, because he does give actors work. He gives people their flowers while they're alive. Cicely Tyson, he's paying Taraji P. Henson a scale that she's been deserving for a long time. But I want to ask the family, rhetorically, does representation matter? Because I think it does. If we're going to hold Trump and his administration accountable for how they see us and depict us, why can't we do the same for our own? When you think about Prop 25 and you think about the MAGA agenda and you think about the removal of DEI and you think about the critical race theory and how they're trying to effectively erase us from the history books in terms of our contribution, and every time a news show comes on, they find the worst fucking person you could imagine to articulate what's going on. And we as Black people, we sit there and think, damn, you couldn't find nobody educated to say, well, did they had a fire, this, that, because they find the worst fucking people to represent us. And it contributes to the idea that we're uneducated, we're animals to this, that, and the other. So if representation matters, I think it's only fair that we not only hold that standard in high for Trump and his others, but for us as well. Sometimes we need to be held accountable as well. So when I look at the BET Awards and it's not an accident that the host this year, Kevin Hart, he went out of his way to make sure that, we talking about Diddy's, he said, go the fuck home. Because to your point, Brother Renton, or Sister Lady D, is this mattering now that when we hear all of these things happening, is it making us wake up and a light bulb go off that maybe I shouldn't be at this place? Maybe I should go home. And so maybe it's time that we need to speak up. But the thing of it is that in the society as it is today, there's things that we can't speak up about out of fear. You can't talk about Jews. Anti-Semitism will get rained on you. You can't talk about DEI, and that's why it's being erased from businesses and everything else. And you damn sure can't talk about homosexuality and transgender because you would lose your job. But isn't it the responsibility of all of us to raise the level of how people see us, but more importantly, how we see ourselves? Do you know, folks, that in the 80s, Bill Cosby, when he did the Cosby Show, he revolutionized the entire sitcom genre? There would be no Friends and Seinfeld had it not been for Cosby. And for the first time in the 80s, we saw ourselves through the lens of successful Black people. How novel it was that in a Black family where we had been accustomed to seeing us playing pimps and hoes, that a wife would be a lawyer, a husband would be a doctor, and all of his kids would be expected to go to college. He put a sitcom on. So whatever you want to think of Bill Cosby, he ushered in an era that blew the sitcom industry up. His spinoff show, A Different World, do you know that attendance for HBCUs went up some 300% when that show came out? Because for the first time in America, even people who had not been familiar with HBCUs realized, wait a minute, you mean to tell me there are entire colleges where Black people can go to get an education that's by us and for us? So while I love Tyler Perry, he has a responsibility to showcase us in a better light. Lena Waithe has a responsibility to showcase us in a better light. Unlike Steven Spielberg and some of these other producers, Tyler Perry owns his own studios, folks. His studio right here in Atlanta is bigger than the other 3 studios all combined. And so in his small little world, he's created this bubble where he only showcases the worst case scenario of us. And I truly believe he hates men. I believe that this is a man trapped in a woman's body, and that's why the iteration of Madea has come to play. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Man,
but being the fact that you can greenlight your own projects, I'm begging you, Tyler Perry, I'm begging you, Lena Waithe, to showcase the bigger story. It doesn't have to always be through that lens of showing us in the worst possible light. Not every Black person is a pimp and a hoe and gold wearing gold teeth. And if Kenny, you can speak to this, the first 20 minutes of that movie was hard, was intense to watch because there was not one redeeming character in that entire movie. And so when you got directors out here like Ryan Coogler, who did Panther and Sinners, breaking records, folks. Spike Lee's been doing this for years. Oh, and by the way, the person who produced Selma, Ava DuVernay, she's a Black female director.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are directors out there that's telling different stories, advancing the narrative, evolving the landscape so that the others can see us in a different light. And so when you think about represent and what it means, I don't care, people, whether it's sports, Olympics, entertainment, music, or even in our personal lives, when our children leave out the door, or even when we show up at jobs, who we represent matters. I talk about being on stage because whether I like it or not, for many of those people that I work with in white corporate America, I am the epitome of what they see as Black people. And for the first time, sometimes it's amazing to them that, oh my God, there is an articulate, intelligent Black man who has an MBA. And so I can engage in a fuckery and foolishness, but I promise you, there is a different side that I intentionally project because I recognize that responsibilities amongst us. And so I want to say to the Tyler Perrys, I want to say to Lena Waithe, I want to say to them, I admire what you do. And and it's okay to tell some of those stories, but you've been doing that for a while. Our agendas are not that different, folks. We don't have to be diametrically opposed just because you want to make your money and get your bag. Our interests can be mutually exclusive and at the same time show a representation of us in a better light. And so while I defend your right, Tyler Perry, to showcase, people in that light, and for Lena Waithe to actually empower your generation of transgender, look, I'm all for gay rights, transgender, and everything else. I will stand on a pedestal and defend your right to suck some dick and eat some pussy as much as you want. As much as said, as some people like to eat pumpkin pie, even though I prefer sweet potato pie. But the only thing I ask of you to do is tell a bigger story, because with your power comes great responsibility. And since you have the mic and you have the stand, I beg of you to tell a bigger story, because how we see ourselves also affects how they see us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are literally turning into an old man right before our eyes. I mean, he'll just jump off topic at any moment.
I want to add one last piece, one shout out. When it comes to representation, if I ask the family who is the highest grossing female actress of all time, who would you think it is? Meryl Streep is the most decorated forever. Mm-hmm. The young lady who plays in the Marvel movies, she was the leading candidate. As of this week, right now, June 16th, the highest grossing female actress of all time, black or white, is Viola Davis. She's being honored with the Hall of Fame. She has just surpassed the 15 billion mark. She's an EGOT. Yeah. And what that says to us is that we have the capability to do better. She has her own company, folks, called Juvie Productions. Angela Bassett got tired of waiting on roles to come to her. She produces 911. So Taraji P. Henson, I don't think you did a great job. You were sweaty, musty, and you was a fucking victim. If you're tired of that narrative, produce your own shit.
Thank you, old man. Thank you. Good Lord. Old man.
Yes, I'm an old man.
My God, we went from pumpkin pie to sweet potato pie to
stay off his lawn, damn it. Stay off my lawn. Shit.
I'm telling you. Good night, old man. Well, listen, Jay, you got a standing ovation right there. So
ready. Already.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, listen, y'all, it has been a great show. We have released some of our venting, and again, we were allowed to, to address somebody's mistake. And again, we don't listen. If you're a keyboard killer, just know you ain't gonna get no love around here. You just ain't gonna get none. So listen, I'll invite anybody on. I just promise you, when you leave, your mama gonna wish you never came on. That's just all I'm gonna tell you. Because I'm telling you, because I will look up her hospital records right now and find out just what's going on with her. So y'all just be careful when y'all come out here now. So it's just what it is, because we don't get paid for this, so we don't care about no censorship. That's right. So again, it is what it is. So Viola is she is the truth. So it is what it is. Great show. I got one more week to shout out the gays.
You wild, brother.
I'm gonna do my best.
Wild.
I'm gonna do my best. Hey, I'm trying. I'm a man of my word, so I'm gonna keep it. Yeah. So we might just get a final thought of it next week, because I'm about sick of it. I'm tired of it. I got so much more to talk about. So anyway, y'all know if you're part of this show, you know how it happens. He can't go in the middle of anybody else. So,
not after them two.
No, sir. You won't do it. And she looked like she's down there about to do something anyway, so I'm just leave her alone. All right, Kenny, man, enjoyed the show. I just shout out to all the new folks. Shonda, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Shonda. Appreciate the Prime. Saw a couple of new people in the chat. That's what's happening.
That's it. Yeah. So I just want to shout y'all out. Candy, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, brother, take it away, my man.
I want to continue off to represent Brother Black, and I want to say to my family right here, to my brothers, to represent. We represented because we had some clown come in the chat, thought he was gonna come in the house and disrespect our sister, and we don't play that. And as far as I'm concerned, I definitely gonna cover black women. Obviously, Lady D handled her business. She didn't need our help because she clowned him and sent him on his way. But believe it, you're not gonna come in here and disrespect black women. I don't care what color you are. Nope. So if you're gonna come in here, you want some, you're gonna get some. So tell your ass. So there you have that with that. Now, and then I also want to talk about social media on yesterday about representation, because I want to give a shout out to social media about representing and showing fathers love. On my social media, fathers got a whole lot of love yesterday from a lot of women, from a lot of sisters. And I want to say thank you. There was not one negative sister on social media trying to get her props and saying I'm the daddy too. You ain't no daddy. You the mother. We don't hijack Mother's Day because I ain't no mama. So I just want to give a shout out to those women on yesterday that represented and gave the fathers love that a lot of times we don't look for the accolades, but it is nice to know that you appreciate it. I just want to say that. So those are my final thoughts.
Well, thank you, sir. I'll be honest with y'all. I wasn't really satisfied with what we gave that person. So y'all just be careful when I go to the corner store. Just make sure there ain't nobody gonna bother me. I really want to exert some of my energy now because that didn't satisfy me enough. So I just want to shout out. All right, ma'am. Please, by all means, thank you so much. We've enjoyed it.
I'll be a little positive today. I think at least start off positive. I'm gonna piggyback off of the straw. Because I don't like how Tyler Perry makes it look like black women were all these downtrodden, just going through something all the time, can't pick ourselves up by our bootstraps. And because I know so many black women and that is not who we are. So what I'm going to need him to do, I'm going to need Tyler Perry to get herself back in that writing room and have that lady while she's in prison, get her degree and start investing in stocks, get out, buy that grocery store, fire that boss, and promote her best friend, a manager, use her store to grow the community and the people in it, buy them projects, put all them people out and make it better. Like, I want it to be the way that a black woman really would do it.
Thank you.
Because a lot of us go through so many tragedies in our lives and we turn that and we flip it into something positive because black women are strong, y'all. I'm sure almost every black woman that you talk to, especially over the age of 40, we've been through some stuff, and the majority of us have overcome it if we were able to overcome mental health struggles and emotional struggles and things like that. And you fat bitches who try to make your friends feel bad when they try to pour love into you, when you with some old punk ass dude that's making you feel bad, he making you cook him Barnett's treats and snacks and shit, and you act like the friend that's trying to tell you to get away from his punk ass is somehow trying to intervene in your relationship, like somebody want his dusty, musty, crusty, salt smelling ball ass. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to get some self-esteem and try to figure out a way to do better in life and to build on the strength that we have as black women, because you will never realize how happy you are without a dusty motherfucker until you're actually without his dusty ass. And nobody wants that man. Somebody else will pick him up when you leave, and it's fine. I'd rather you be by yourself. They sell roses on Amazon now, than be with somebody that's gonna mistreat you and make you look like a damn fool.
Good Lord. You know what? If we did a transcript with just words, took away the names. What up, Jeremiah? You all right, man?
What's up, Jeremiah? What's up?
If we just did a transcript and took the names off, I swear, you and Black, we wouldn't even know who's talking.
Man, you know how many MFs have been dropped tonight, Brother Brenton? You know how many MFs that has been?
Listen, you is not giving that the marriage no more.
To get your point truly across, you gotta use the word so you can be heard.
Thank you,
listen, I've been around y'all for over 2 years now. I know it. just ain't go. I understand. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, he still got a little more in the tank. He been on it today.
That's why I love my sis. Sometimes it's nothing like a good cuss word, but don't get it twisted. We intelligent and we articulate, but ain't nothing like a cuss word. But I want to piggyback my sister. The black woman is the baddest motherfucker on this planet. and I mean that with all sincerity.
True that.
And I work in education for many who don't know, and the Black woman is holding it all together. And that's not even my final take, but I wanted to say that because this one right here, we love her. That's little sister right there, and you fucking with the wrong one if you come here. Now, having said that, I gotta piggyback my sister, my little sister, since look, I am a fat bastard, but I'm clean as all get out. I'm extremely clean.
You retired, man. You retired.
I am.
Oh, okay.
I am, but at the same time, I gotta represent. You talk about representation, I gotta represent for the fat brothers on here.
Yes, sir.
I'm super clean. Ain't no smells here. I shave my balls, and I got 30 bottles of cologne in that bathroom. I put on cologne every night because I smell good because I'm an allergic to smells. So when them holes go down below, they don't smell nothing but sweetness, and I'm a diabetic, so ain't nothing but sweet juices coming out of me. That's number one. And having said that, Lady D, you know, I see this is when you get old. I'm an old man and wise. I ain't gonna put my pressure on them bitches. You get wise and you make them bitches ride that pony. So for us fat dudes out there, you know what I'm saying? You have to be smart. And again, there's some good dick under this belly. I gotta tell you, God bless America.
Oh,
For every 20 pounds y'all lose, y'all supposedly get an inch of penis. Just saying.
I'm done with y'all.
This is a test.
Man,
I think that because again, I can piss with the big boys. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, thank y'all so much. All right. Good Lord, Kenny got to go to work in the morning. Y'all, come on,
man. Hey, man, I feel like I'm at a revival.
Come on, preacher.
When the preacher said he about to close, this
yes,
is
sir.
30 more minutes.
30 more minutes, man. He feeling good, y'all. Feeling good. So, all right. Yes, I'm telling you. All right. Well, listen, I won't be before it's long. In the words of Kenny. I won't be before you long, so I just make my
2 hours later.
Right. 4 hours later. Yes, sir. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna leave him alone. All right, listen. At what point would you no longer need to stand on business? Like what? At what point is it like we just not doing this no more? What is it? What is it that you say we need? Okay, enough is enough. We've stood on it long enough. Let's get off of it. What do y'all think? What should we no longer be standing on business about?
Karens, y'all got us. Y'all got us effed up. We not playing.
Okay. Yeah. Miss Tori, it's definitely Crown. I saw it.
Not Crown.
Listen, I saw it. I saw the green bag. It's Crown. Look at him. See?
He on that real. He on that brown tonight.
Look at her getting excited. That's why y'all. That's why we keep y'all right down. All right, Kenny. Sis, what if we stood on business enough?
I stood on business until Toria blocked that person.
No, we're gonna always stand on business with that. So I don't even worry about that. I just want one of them clowns to come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you.
And then put a picture up and quit hiding behind that stuff, man.
Oh, just make my. I promise you, I won't let you off. None of that. I will mute you because it's my show. Because I'm a thought. But
right.
Okay, Kenny, what should we get tired of standing on business about?
These Tyler Perry movies, and I love Tyler Perry, but goddamn it, bro, come on, man, can we get another plot? Can we get something?
Can you give a whole fan or air conditioner?
Again, I love Tyler Perry, but damn it, man, I'm sick of these storylines. But okay, that's it.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. I'm mad at myself.
You better not.
You done set us up for the overdose. Yeah, he done set us up.
We waiting on it, dog.
I forgot to put it on the show.
Boy,
we out of time anyway, so y'all stand on business until you do standing on business.
Until next Monday. Stand on business.
Oh man! I'm telling you,
even your pops is coming.
And when you feel like you at your wits end, bring out the crown.
Brittany, hey, Brittany, Kenny miss you too, Brittany.
Oh my
goodness, I miss you too.
Okay, forget y'all. I cannot believe I didn't. That's why you don't put me in charge of everything. So
all that time Black was talking, you couldn't look at that video.
I know, but this Negro boy, I'm like, okay.
I mean, went on for at least an hour.
in video, bro.
I know, man. I know. I'm sorry. I'll be the first thing I showed Monday. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. Yes. Okay. So I apologize. Well, I guess I can't.
Boy, you know what? This show ended like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yes, right. Okay. All right. Well, y'all, that's the cliffhanger. Y'all come back next week and I'll show you what you better not stand on business no more. All right, y'all. Well, listen, that's Lee, that's Kenny, and that's Devin, and we'll see y'all on Monday. We out of here.
All right, peace.